What if someone told you that investing in gold makes you as dumb as a rock? Yes, you heard it right. Welcome to a riveting recap of the Club Random podcast, where influential financial voices Mark Cuban and Bill Maher go head-to-head. At the heart of the debate is a shocking statement from Cuban suggesting that gold is a relic of the past. Now let's dive into the depths of this controversial statement and why it's causing such a stir. Mark Cuban, a renowned investor and entrepreneur, has an intriguing perspective on gold. This statement alone might not surprise you, but what he said next during a Club Random podcast conversation with Bill Maher might. Cuban challenged the conventional wisdom about gold, arguing that it is not an investment but rather a store of value. He sees gold as a place to park wealth rather than a means to grow it. This might seem like a subtle distinction, but it's a significant one. In Cuban's view, gold's primary function is not to generate returns but to preserve purchasing power over time. But Cuban didn't stop there. He went on to position Bitcoin as an alternative to gold. Now this is where things get really interesting. Bitcoin, often referred to as digital gold, is seen by many as the new kid on the block, a volatile and risky asset. But Cuban sees it differently. He views Bitcoin as a store of value with the added advantage of potential exponential gains, a feature not typically associated with gold. Cuban's perspective on Bitcoin is informed by his experiences as an investor and his understanding of the digital landscape. He recognizes that Bitcoin, like all cryptocurrencies, is speculative, meaning its value is driven primarily by investor sentiment rather than intrinsic worth. This sets it apart from gold, a tangible asset with a long history of value. However, it's important to note that Cuban doesn't completely dismiss gold. He acknowledges its role as a store of value. Yet he challenges the notion that it is a worthwhile investment in the traditional sense. This viewpoint is a departure from the norm, presenting a fresh perspective in an age-old debate. Cuban's stance on gold and Bitcoin has certainly set the stage for a compelling debate. His insights invite us to question our assumptions and consider new possibilities. Whether you agree with him or not, there's no denying that his perspective is thought-provoking, challenging us to think more critically about our investment strategies. On the other side of the table, we have Bill Maher, who sees gold in a different light. Maher's perspective is that gold serves as a safety net in his portfolio. This is a viewpoint steeped in financial tradition, where gold has long been considered a secure store of value. Maher's perspective sharply contrasts with Cuban's. Where Cuban sees gold as a relic, Maher views it as a reliable hedge against financial uncertainty. For Maher, gold's long-lasting value is its strength. It's not about quick returns or speculative gains, but about security and stability. Maher's viewpoint is a practical one, grounded in the understanding that not all assets need to be high-risk, high-reward. Sometimes an asset's value lies in its ability to weather storms and provide a safety net during turbulent times. This counter-argument to Cuban's stance adds another layer to this fascinating debate, showing us that, as you can see, the gold versus Bitcoin debate is far from black and white. So, what can we take away from this intriguing conversation between Cuban and Maher? Well, it's clear that both of them view the world of finance through different lenses. Cuban, with his entrepreneurial mindset, sees Bitcoin as a superior alternative to gold, viewing the latter primarily as a store of value rather than an investment. He eloquently challenges the traditional perception of gold's worth and utility, suggesting that we might need to reassess how we evaluate such assets. On the other hand, Maher's practical perspective sees gold as a safety net, providing a sense of security in his financial portfolio. He seems to be more skeptical about Bitcoin, indicating a more conservative investment approach. This conversation underscores the ongoing debate about the role of gold and Bitcoin in investment portfolios. Should gold be viewed as a diversification strategy or a standalone investment? Is Bitcoin, with its high volatility and potential for exponential gains, a speculative asset or a viable investment opportunity? These questions reflect the shifting dynamics in the world of finance, and the varying perspectives of Cuban and Maher provide valuable food for thought. They remind us that there's no one-size-fits-all answer, and our investment decisions should be based on our individual risk tolerance, financial goals, and understanding of the market. No matter where you stand in this debate, it's clear that understanding diverse perspectives is key in the financial landscape.